We're going to look at reciprocal identities. So how to find reciprocal identities. The secant of an angle is the reciprocal of the cosine of an angle. Secant theta equals 1 over cosine theta, or 1 over x, because we know cosine is x. The cosecant of an angle is the reciprocal of the sine of an angle. So cosecant theta equals 1 over sine theta, or 1 over y, because we know sine stands for y. And the cotangent of an angle is the reciprocal of the tangent of an angle. Cotangent of theta equals 1 over tan theta. The cotangent can also be thought of as the ratio of the sine of the cosine to the sine, or cotangent equals cosine theta over sine theta, or x over y. Then we're just going to do some examples. Now remember, secant is 1 over x. So I go to my unit circle for 30 degrees. The x value is square root 3 over 2. So I'm going to make this equal to 1 over square root 3. Now I can't have a square root 3 in the bottom, so I have to rationalize. That means I multiply the top and bottom by the square root 3. And I'm going to, square root 3 over 2. So I can't leave that there. I have to rationalize it. So I flip it over and times it, and I'm going to end up with 2. I'm going to end up with 2 square root 3 over 3. Cosecant of 45. Well, cosecant of 45 is the same as 1 over the y value at 45. So that is going to be 1 divided by 2 square root 2 over 2. So I need to flip that over, and then I end up with 2 divided by square root 2. And I've got to multiply the square root 2 on the top and bottom. This ends up, I end up getting through this square root 2, because the 2's end up canceling. Oop. Square root 2 is my final answer. Again, once we rationalize some of these, you don't have to keep looking for it. Cotangent of 120. So that is the x over the y for them. So I am going to get, in parentheses here, negative 1/2 divided by square root 3 over, square root 3 over 2. And I'm going to put this in parentheses as well so we can see. Well, this gives me a very clunky thing. I'm going to have to multiply it and flip it over. But I'm going to end up here with a negative square root 3 over 3. Again, we can look more at those rationalizing the denominators if they have a square root in it as we go on. And then we're going to just look at some ones with 90 and 180. So remember, this is x over y, so this gives me 0 over 1, which just equals 0. And 180 ends up for cotangent, again, the x over y, I get negative 1 over 0. That's irrational. You can't have the number on the bottom, so we call it undefined. Can't have 0 on the bottom. Okay, so that's it. Again, looking at those and memorizing this stuff, that the secant is 1 over x, cosecant 1 over y, and cotangent is 1 over tangent, or x over y, is important. And then just rationalizing those denominators. And once you get some, it should become easier and easier as you go.